Yes, and we are recording now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So last week we had a training. We talked about the basics of US30. We talked about copy and paste on the signals every night, and that's also recorded. It is on YouTube. It is on YouTube, and it is in the chat. So I'm not going to really go over that tonight. Tonight was really highly requested to learn the strategy of scalping, impulse, and things of that nature. So we're going to get into deep education tonight with Mr. Gabriel Montoya. If you're ready, give me some number 10s in the chat right now. Oh, they're ready, Gabe. They're ready. They're ready. They're ready.
Oh,
They're ready.
Let's go.
Yeah. IME Nation in the building. IME Nation's in the building. We have an interesting story how me and Gabriel met, man. We've been in business for a while. Ain't that right, Gabe?
Oh, we've been in business for a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Different business ventures.
Yeah.
And man, it's amazing that we can come together, get in the financial industry, investing industry, where we can trade on the financial markets, Forex, crypto, stock, whatever it is, but mainly Forex and US30.
Absolutely.
Right. Tell me a little bit about yourself, okay?
Perfect. Awesome. So, like San said, is obviously, I've been an entrepreneur now, really, I would say serial entrepreneur for the last 8 years. I born and raised in Denver, Colorado, and I came out to Chicago. How the song goes, there's always a woman to blame. And so I came out, my wife and I, we were long distance for a long time. And, it just made sense for me to make the move. At that time, I was in corporate America. I was with in the educational field for about 15 years. And so, I had always just wanted more, though. I definitely don't take away from a 9 to 5. I definitely utilize the 9 to 5 to kind of put me in a financial situation to where I could definitely make the moves that I made, once I stepped out of it. But I was in education. So, when it came to investing into myself, it was very easy to do that. So once I, moved to Chicago, I transferred with my job at the time. And, I knew my wife, she was pregnant at the time. And so I knew that once we had the baby, just with, obviously the cost of healthcare, the cost of childcare, that it just made sense. It made sense for me to really jump into, other opportunities at that time. And, in preparation to that, I invested, some money into an educational program to learn how to invest into real estate. And so, I invested into myself to learn the skill set. I invested into processes. I invested into community. I invested into, into networks. Because again, it's weird when people, get some success, they want to start, they become a guru and they want to start charging, they want to charge you for the information that they've learned. Because again, keep in mind, we're all new at one point. And so again, I didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to pay for this little course or that little course or this little course. I just went all in. I made a pretty big investment into, getting the training that I needed that gave me the tools. My wife and then I had a 401k plan from obviously a 9 to 5, and I put it into rehabbing some homes. And that year, my wife and I we flipped about 3 or 4 homes that year, and we went that route. And I definitely learned real estate. I was in real estate, for I've been in real estate, still am in real estate. We now have a very successful Airbnb business that we run here in Chicago. Gosh, at the start of the pandemic, San was always hitting me up, and I had messages from back in the day, just hitting me up. But he never said, hey, you know what, join the community, or, come join me. It was always like just checking in on me. How are you doing, Gabriel? How's business? How are things going? Just checking in on you, just seeing how you're doing, just checking in on me. And at the start of the pandemic, obviously, the cost of lumber went up. We saw, just prices just went through the roof when it came to construction. And so, At that point, I was, I'm also, I worked part of a startup company, tech company called Gesture. I put a lot of time into really building that out right now. But back in November of 2019, I started, really working with Gesture, and then, and then March came. Our Airbnbs got shut down. The country got shut down. The pandemic just shut down everything. And so it gave me an opportunity to say, if this is, I'm also a man of faith. And so I prayed on it, and, I reached out to San and said, man, it's time to go. I'm not interested in building a business. I want to learn the skill set of trading. And that's what I did. Is I got into just session after session, go live after go live. And I just became a student, really just trying to figure out what worked for me. I obviously at the time, San was doing HFX, and so I jumped into HFX because obviously, that's what the team was, that's what the community was, and really got into HFX. The challenge with HFX that I didn't like is obviously just not having control of my trade. When I got into a trade, we would get spiked out and we would deal with stuff like that. And so, again, that was just kind of frustrating. And then, we were trading, Forex pairs, and we were doing our thing. We were racking up some bags. We were doing our thing in HFX. And then I just fell in love with US30. US30 just became my girl. And gosh, like she just became so consistent in the sense of how she moved. I love the volatility of US30. And I just dove all in when it came to US30. And, I found a strategy that worked for me. And I became consistent. I became disciplined. I became, just patient. So just learn the skill sets that, had nothing to do with trading, but had everything to do with trading. I was, pretty, there were times when I was definitely frustrated in the sense of just, this isn't working, that isn't working. But when I was getting frustrated, it was because of my own doing, because I was being greedy. I was trading more than what I should have been trading. I was over leveraging. I wasn't being patient. I was rushing trades. I was, I just wasn't consistent. I was trying this strategy. I was trying this strategy. I was doing this one week. I was doing this another week. And there just was no consistency in what I was doing. So again, like I wasn't giving anything the opportunity not to work or the opportunity to work. I wasn't being disciplined. I was sitting on charts, hours upon hours. And I was just frustrated. I was frustrated because I wasn't winning. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to go to the basics. I'm going to go back to the basics, and, I'm going to really focus on the strategy. I'm going to focus on a plan. I'm going to journal. I'm going to document, what I'm doing so that I can see what worked today, what worked yesterday. And I was starting to really just document what I was doing. And, I found something that worked, and I found a strategy that worked, being able to utilize my binary, passion, my HFX passion, but really being able to have control. For some reason, having trades open gives me anxiety. I don't like to wonder what my trade's doing. So again, I like to get in and I like to get out. Again, like I've really have been very consistent every single day, in that strategy. I've been disciplined as well. One of the things that's helped me become disciplined is being a prop trader. So, obviously I went from, really growing, we grew six-figure accounts. And, I said, gosh, like this money just sits there. I can't do anything with it. I can't pull it out. I can't do anything with it. It just sits there. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to start trading other people's money. And I got into prop trading, and, with my Forex funds. I just have fallen in love with just being able to trade a $200,000 account, $100,000 account, be able to actually get 85% of that. And it's not my money. And I can, trade when I want. I can, but again, keep in mind that this is a lifestyle. Like when you become a trader, you don't just become a trader of, just, oh, I'm going to do it here and there. Like, you have to truly be consistent. You have to fall in love with it. To be honest with you, you have to really fall in love with the process. I enjoy it. I enjoy reading it. I enjoy reading charts. I enjoy, the hour that I'm on. I think most important as well is I enjoy sharing my journey. I enjoy really just, again, I knew nothing about this. I knew nothing about trading, and I now get to share it. And again, I'm not an educator. All I simply do is I put my journey out there for the world to see. And that's all that I simply do every morning is I just, again, I just allow people just to watch me trade. And I enjoy that because I see people getting value out of it. I'm bringing hope to people. And again, it's a matter of just really learning the skill set. And it's just another skill set that can be another stream. But honestly, like, this stream can really change your life. If you really take this serious, this income stream will absolutely give you the time freedom that you're looking for, and it will absolutely change your life. So that's a little bit about me, and kind of where I come from. There you go, Sam.
Awesome. We can all learn from that. Consistency,
Yeah,
discipline. If you learn from that story, ladies and gentlemen, give me some number 2s in the chat. We love class participation.
absolutely.
Right? Those are major golden nuggets dropped to become a successful trader. It's not about catching the pips, guys, and trying to get the bag right now. You're consistency. You fell in love with the process. It became a lifestyle, right?
Absolutely.
Discipline.
Yeah. And you have to be a student. Again, like, there's no fast way to do this. There's no shortcuts. Like, I'm telling you, like, you have to learn the mindset. Some people are definitely, better at grasping that than others. Some people are better with their emotions than others. You really can't do this with emotion. With prop trading, one of the things I was talking about is you can only have a 5% drawdown, a day. Or you obviously, you violate your account. And so again, like, gosh, taking a 2% drawdown, taking a 2%, a 2.5% drawdown, like, again, like, I'm done, and then obviously at 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I then get, I get another 5%, and I'm able to get back in and go again. So again, like, really being able to just, know when to stop, know when, again, like, the charts just aren't moving in the direction that you want them to. And again, I've shown weeks over weeks where I've had major losses, $3,000-$4,000 losses, but still came out ahead on the week about $5,000. The goal is not to never lose. The goal is to win more than you lose. And that's what you want to do. And if you're not over leveraging, and again, the way I look at it as like a boxer. Okay. Like, if you're a boxer, that jab will break your opponent down. But if you're going in just looking for that haymaker, and you're just going in looking for that right hook, and you're just going in just throwing bombs, like, you could possibly get knocked out just due to the fact that you're not breaking him down little by little. Again, like, you'll see these fighters punching people in the arms, punching people in the chest, just jabbing away. And that's really what scalping is it's literally, really just little by little breaking that goal down, little by little by little by little. And sometimes, she'll run and she'll give you a little bit more. But again, like, the whole goal is to just get in, get out, get in, get out. And again, if you can become consistent at that, I'm telling you, like, it will absolutely change your life. It will just change your life completely. Yep.
Nice. So I want to get right into it. I want to make sure everybody
Perfect.
here is ready. Make sure everybody is ready. Make sure you have pen and pad, phone, whatever you're using to take copious notes. If you're ready, type ready. If you're ready, type ready.
Perfect. Let's jump in. I'm going to share my screen, and then we'll kind of jump in. And so one of the things as well is, obviously, I'm big on education. Again, I'm still part of the academy. Understand that I'm still part of the academy, guys. Like, almost 3 years into this, I still pay my monthly dues. I still pay, pay into the academy. Type of sevens in the chat if you can see my screen. Sevens in the chat if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Perfect. Cool. You see the charts? Perfect. You see US30 here? All right. Perfect. Perfect. All right, great. So as you can see here on the right, I literally just have US30. That's all that I trade. That's
okay, 1 second. I don't
okay.
see the chart here. I don't see the chart.
Okay, give me one second. Give me 1 second here. All right, perfect. Let me. All right. How about now?
Yes, sir. Good to go.
All right, perfect. Give me 1 second here. Let me get this up over here as well. Let me get this up over here. Give me 1 second. All right, perfect. So like I said before, you will see literally only one currency on my screen, and that is US30. That's all that I trade. That's all. I mean, again, and unfortunately, guys, like when I get on sessions, sometimes I'm like, gosh, like it's very simple as far as what we do. I don't have this big, long, drawn out, strategy. I don't have if this crosses that, or if this crosses that, or, if this lines up here, or if this lines up there. Like, I don't have any of those things. Again, right now, all you see is if you're using TradingView, okay, you actually on TradingView, you have access to 3 indicators, okay? So part of our academy, okay, there's, Mr. Foster has built out an indicator called the DeLorean EMA, okay? So this DeLorean EMA literally has 5 indicators with inside of it, but it only counts as one. Okay, so it's kind of like a little cheat code, rather than putting up 5 indicators, which again, on a free trading view, you can't do that. You can pull up this DeLorean EMA and it gives you 5. Okay, it gives you the 5, the 13, the 50, the 20, and the 800. Okay, so again, it just really tells us and shows us confluence. It shows us confluence. It shows us, the 800, shows us the 200, shows us the 50, shows us the 20, and let's see, the 13 and the 5. And guess what? We're on top of all of that. So really that simply just tells me, hey, I'm going to look for a buy. Okay. I'm going to look for a buy. And as you can see here, look, we just broke this support here. And again, you'll see price action. I want you guys to focus on price action. Price action is the simplest way to be able to trade. Okay. You'll see me break down charts by obviously US30 off of bank zones. Okay. And obviously bank zones are every 50 increments. Okay. Or if you didn't want to use bank zones, go off a structure. Okay. Go off a structure. Go off a structure. You can literally just look at this chart on a 1 minute and you can go off a structure. Okay. Look at this. Okay. So again, look, we're going to probably make our way up here and we'll probably have a bounce back down. Okay. We'll probably have a bounce back down, possibly. Okay. Again, we can go out to a higher and we can see, kind of what she's done. But obviously 5 minute, we're in an uptrend. Okay. 15, we're in an uptrend. Okay. But again, look up here, guys. Okay. We have this level here. We have this level here. These are predominant levels. Okay. And again, what she does is she corrects. There's always a correction, whether it's correction to the downside or whether it's a correction to the upside. There's always going to be a correction. She may not correct 100%. She may correct 50%. She may correct, obviously when we're looking at fibs, we're looking at, 6.18, the 50. Okay. So again, like there's always going to be a correction. It's just a matter of where is she going to correct to, and can we get in at that point, and can we catch her at that point? Okay. And again, that's what we want to do is, again, like we could be patient. We can wait for a correction. On our scalps, we like to jump. We like to move because again, it's kind of like, again, I use a lot of sports analogies. If you hit the ball and you see the ball is going and you're getting ready to round first if you round first, you better keep going to second, because if you don't keep going to second, you're most likely going to get thrown out because of the momentum. You're going to have to stop hard. You may hurt yourself. So again, if you make the decision to round first base, okay, you better keep going to second. And that's how she runs when it comes to bank zones. If she breaks a bank zone, we obviously can't guarantee anything, but we can almost predict, and we can almost say that she's going to just kind of run past it. Okay. And again, that's where we're able to get that 3 to 5 points. That's where we're able to get that 3 to 5 points, when we're scalping. Okay. And so again, like, it really comes down to really your trading style. There's not a right or wrong way. And that was the one thing that I had to really understand in this game, is that there's not a right or wrong way. There's not a Gabe's way. There's not a Sands way. There's not, there's not a Dr. Lee way. There's not a Brandon Boyd way. Like, it's not just one person's way. Like, all of these people have different styles and different, things that maybe they see, or maybe they like break of structure, maybe they like to take retests. So again, it's all about finding that style, and that's what I encourage you guys to do, is really find your style, find really what that strategy is for you. What are your rules? Okay, I can tell you my rules, but what are your rules? Okay, what are your rules in this big trading space? Okay, and again, it's very important to document. It's very important to back test. It's very important to not just get on sessions and depend on sessions, but to really learn the skill set. One of the things that I tell all of my students, and I tell people, whether you get on my sessions or not, if as we talk about trading, is I talk about really just, again, the discipline. And then I also talk about, just the documentation of just really, documenting your journey and documenting your, journaling, what that looks like, and that's where I became consistent with 3 to 5, points, is because, again, like, we were going after 10 points, but I was like, damn, sometimes she doesn't hit that. 3 to 5, I was like, boom, I was hitting this 3 to 5. But then also, people would ask, but what if she runs? That's not my business. My business is 3 to 5. My business is 3 to 5. My business is 3 to 5. So I didn't have FOMO. I wasn't afraid of missing out. I wasn't afraid of, oh gosh, I missed that big drop, or I missed that big rage. I got my 3 to 5. I got my jabs in, and that's what I was really getting on that session to do. And again, when you get out of that strategy and you get away from your rules, like, for example, if I trade right now, she's not moving the way that I'm used to her moving. Okay. So again, like, there's a lot more patience right now. There's a lot more, I'm probably rushing trades right now. So again, like, at night, she's just not moving. She's not moving. I would say, my time, she probably doesn't start moving. We see the signals come out from Sand. I would say, gosh, I would say probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock is, Central Standard Time is when I start seeing movement, because we're getting ready to get into London. London's at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So about an hour before London, she starts making some moves. She starts, making some aggression. We start seeing some volatility. But again, between that, gosh, like, if I'm trading, like, I'm probably taking trades that I shouldn't. I'm not seeing a whole lot of movement. So again, like, those are the times that I see that I take losses, is when I get away from my plan. When I get away from doing the things that I don't normally do, and getting away from what I know wins. Okay. So again, that's kind of what we look for. And as you can see here, let me just get rid of this here. So again, usually what I do is I usually just bank zones. Okay. I usually just mark up bank zones. I usually mark up bank zones. Okay. Mark up bank zones. And again, we're just every 50 bank zones. That's where we're at. Okay. So you can definitely see kind of where she's at. You can definitely see kind of where she's trading at. This is a predominant bank zone here, where obviously she bounced off this bank zone here, fell all the way down. Okay, so she's literally trading in between this area here. Okay, where obviously we have some consolidation here, things like that. Okay, so again, that's how I break her down, is just really off of 50-point bank zones. Okay, so what I like to also do is again, being in the academy, one of the things that I'm always looking at ways of, really, how can I get better? How can I get better? How can I have better entries? What can I do, to sharpen my skill set? Because by no means, again, I definitely feel like I'm successful at trading, but by no means am I done learning. By no means do I know everything. And so again, I'm always looking at ways of how I can learn. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the academy, and I'm going to get into Impulse. If you guys don't know Impulse, again, there's been thousands of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars spent to be able to put these strategies together. There's a lot of time that goes into these. And again, you are part of an elite membership that gives you access to be able to learn these things, to be able to, to be able to make what you want of this, not utilize it how I do it or how Sam does it, but to be able to take advantage of this. I'm telling you, when I first started in IM, I was in sessions all night. I was in sessions throughout the day. I was watching replays. I was just really figuring out, what is my style? What is my strategy? And I started just writing down, really what I liked. I really started writing down, really what my plan was. And, I just started taking pieces and utilizing, certain tools and certain things that people were saying. But then it also became mental for me. It became not about the strategy, but about what these individuals were saying, because I was learning the strategy and I was understanding the strategy, but it now became bigger than that. It became psychology. It became the psychology of trading. And it's not about these guys just knowing how to read charts. They truly are psyched out when they get on these charts. They have no emotion. They're calm. They expect to win. They're not nervous. They're not like, oh my gosh, what if I lose? Like, they're literally like, they just tear these charts apart just due to the psychology. So I started getting into the psychology of trading, and I started getting into the mindset of trading, and really, understanding the power of really your mindset, your perspective. Just started understanding, that we all want that big bag, but it's not about that big bag. It's a marathon. This is not a sprint. I'm telling you, again, I tried the sprint, and it gets tiring. It's not sustainable. You cannot sustain the sprint. I don't care who you are. If you had Usain Bolt, if he was to run, a marathon, he wouldn't be able to do so. He's a sprinter. He runs fast and short races. That's what he does. He's not a long runner. He doesn't have stamina. So again, like, understand, I'm not an intraday trader. I'm not a swing trader. I'm a scalper. Like, I truly love to scalp. Like, I like to get in and I like to get out with the bag. And that's what I've learned. I don't try to be anything else. I've tried to hold trades. And again, like, I'm just like, what happened to that trade? Oh my gosh. Like, it looked like, again, like, if I would have paid attention to it, if I would have been in front of it, and again, there's James Leone, FRX trader, where again, like, he'll tell you, like, I don't have trades open. Like, these things can do crazy things. And if I don't have my eyes on it, again, like, I just don't like the feeling of that. So again, understand. And what's challenging though, is we have a community of scalpers. So if you're not a scalper, you have to go find what works for you. You know what I mean? And so again, like I went through all of that. I started with FRX, I went into HFX, I went into DCX, like I just listened to everyone because I needed to really figure out, you know, what my style was and what kind of trader was I, you know. And again, I had to listen to swing traders, I had to listen to intraday traders, I had to listen to scalpers, I had to listen to, you know, intraday, you know, FRX traders, I had to listen to scalpers who were, you know, minute traders on MT, you know, MT4. So again, like I had to figure out what was my strategy, and that's what we did, and that's where we came up with obviously the US30 hack. That's where we come up with the scalp. But again, we can always get better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump into Impulse and really kind of go into, you know, go into Impulse and what that looks like, and talk about, you know, really how I use Impulse, and again, you know, all right, give me 1 second here. Perfect. All right. So again, strategies here. Okay. Going to FRX here, going to Impulse. And again, here's the deal is like, guys, like I'm going to show you how I use this. What I would recommend is that you guys go listen to replays. I probably listen to about 2 or 3 replays a night, just because again, I obviously just want to get better and better and better and better and better and better, you know, at obviously, you know, trading. So again, obviously I stick at indices here, US30. Okay. And that's what I do. So, you know, again, what we look at here is we look at this big EMA here. Okay. What this EMA does is it tells us the direction that we're looking at. We're looking for buys. Okay, we're looking for buys. All right. So then obviously what we want is we want the red to be under the blue. So we want to kind of smash. We want to kind of, you know, kind of smash this red in between the blues. Okay. So if this was above here, it would be red, and then it would be red, blue. So red, red, blue. Since we're going up, it's blue, red, blue. Okay. We also want to trade in this cloud here. We want to trade in this cloud. Okay. We want to take trades in this cloud. When it gets in here, it's consolidating. When it gets in this clear area, it's consolidating. We don't want to trade when it's consolidating. We want movement. We want a direction. Okay. We want to trade when it gets up into this cloud. We want to trade when it's down here in the cloud. Okay. So again, obviously right now we're looking for, we have obviously trend is to the upside, but we do have some downtrend. We do have some down strength, you know, on this you know, this scanner here. Okay. So again, like obviously what the scanner does is it teaches you patience. It teaches you, and obviously what we're looking at is we're looking at a 1 minute. Okay. We're looking at a 1 minute. We can go to a 5 minute. We can go to a 5 minute. Look at this. Check this out, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Look how we got into this cloud here. And we literally, every time that this thing came down into this, so this is a stotch. Okay. This is a stotch. This is your RSI. Okay. Let me get rid of this here. So as you can see, we're trading below the 50 on this RSI. We're in the red. We're in the red. Once we broke this 50 here, when we got in this blue, look, we didn't come down into this red, and we're still not into it. So again, look, we're getting ready to bounce off. So this right here would be a great place, because again, we're oversold. We're oversold right here on the 5 minute. Okay. So again, what we want to do is we want to see this thing turn in that direction, and we could probably catch a quick scalp off of that. And then we want to get back up into this candle. We want to get back up into this cloud here. Okay. So again, we can be patient a little bit. We can be patient a little bit. Okay. And we can be patient and let her get back up into this cloud and see if she's really going to run, or is she going to break down into this red and then trade down here. Okay. So again, as you can see here, we just had this big, look at how we were trading inside this cloud. Okay. But again, also on this slower time frame, we may not have even been taking these trades on the scanner just because this EMA was on the top. Okay. So now what we want is the EMA is on the bottom. We want this thing to get back up in that cloud now. And that's where we will actually, we won't even look at her being overbought. We'll look at her being oversold. And once she becomes oversold on this stotch, look at this right here. Boom. You could have caught her right here. Boom. We would have been in and out of that trade. We would have been in and out of that trade. Overbought, oversold. Okay, oversold. Okay. We wait for her to turn and show that she's going to climb, because look, she's continuing to fall. Okay, so again, we don't want to obviously jump the gun. So we'll see. We got 3 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. So we would wait to see what is this next candle going to do. Okay, also keep in mind, you can mark up on this chart, guys. You can mark up on this chart. So is there a level? Is there structure? Look, there's structure right here. Okay, there's structure right here. Okay, there's structure right here. Okay, so again, if she breaks this structure, she could possibly continue to fall. Okay, there's also some structure right here. There's also some structure right here. Okay, so again, she could possibly bounce off of that. Okay, she's obviously oversold right now. So again, these are things that we just kind of keep an eye on and watch. But like I said, this is not my scanner. But again, like I've utilized it in the sense of giving me idea of, am I looking for buys? Am I looking for sells? You know, I love the RSI and I love the stotch. Being able to actually be very consistent in trading the overbought and the oversold, I'm telling you, if you can master that, this is your entry right here. This tells us where price is. So your RSI tells you where price is. Okay, we are in an uptrend because we're trading above 50. Okay, the stock shows us price. We are oversold right now. We are oversold. And guess what? There's only so far she can come before she has to go back up. Okay. So again, if you can understand this stock, okay, this is your entry. This is how you enter a trade, is by learning this stock right here. Okay, look at this. You enter here, boom. Let's get rid of that. You enter here. Let's get this little tool here. You enter here, boom, right there, bam. Look at that, boom. Look at this. You enter here. Look at this, guys. That shit don't lie. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. If you would have caught that. Look at that ride. So again, like oversold, overbought, that is real. And that is entry. That is entry. So if you learn how to use the stock, that is entry, guys. Okay. Again, like I'm a price action trader. So again, like I'm able to look at levels and I'm able to say she's going to retrace back up here, or if she comes down to this level, boom. Okay. So again, like, but these things give you the things that you need. Okay. And again, like, let me get rid of that there real quick. Again, like, look at oversold right there. Okay. So again, oversold. And also, does it work overbought? It sure does. Look at this. Especially if you're scalping. If you're just scalping the market, looking for entry points, oversold, overbought. Oversold, overbought all day and all night long. So again, your stock is so key. And what I would recommend is that you go and you actually listen to these recordings and go live. Dr. Lee and Brandon Boyd. And again, you can utilize this on anything. You can utilize this to trade the Tesla stock. You can utilize this to trade Apple. You can utilize this tool to trade crypto. You can utilize this tool to trade Forex pairs. Whatever you want to trade, this tool has been designed for you to do that. Is this tool worth? So here's the deal. Is this tool worth your membership? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I look at, is you can go and pay for a signal group, but guess what? When that signal's done, you don't eat. Become the signal. Become the signal. Again, I didn't want to just go and follow this YouTube channel and this YouTube channel and that YouTube channel and learn this guy and his opinion and their opinion. I wanted to be educated. I wanted to go to one source and I wanted to learn how to trade. Again, can you build a business as well? Absolutely. I'm not the guy to talk about with that. San, amazing, amazing network marketer. But again, it's just like anything, guys. It's discipline, it's consistency, it's patience. Consistency, discipline, patience. You can succeed at anything you want. And so now what I do is I simply just share people. I have a YouTube channel, I have a Discord, and I just share with people. And now people are like, man, I want to listen to this dude. I want to hear this guy's story. And that's all that we do. Again, here's the deal. Like, I'm trading at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, regardless of whether anybody shows up or not. I know how to do so. If people want to follow and people want to log on, awesome. I'm going to give you everything I got. I'm going to give you everything I have. I'm going to bring value. It's like your children. They're watching what you're doing. They're not listening to you. They're watching what you're doing. You guys aren't listening to me. You guys are watching what I'm doing. You guys are watching my moves. You guys are watching the steps that we're taking. You know what I mean? And so again, like, I'm not doing anything different than any of you guys. I'm like, this is my account. I logged in. I logged in under my account. Gosh, he must pay his membership. I sure do, because I see value. I see value in it. Because here's the deal. Guess what? When you start making money in Forex, you can't just you can't just have that money put in your bank account. Are you crazy? You have to learn, you got to learn how to diversify your funds. You know, crypto's on sale right now. You should be learning how to take advantage of this market that we're in. And that's what obviously DCX does. So again, like I said, guys, like, this is value for me. You know what? This is education. And at the end of the day, this is I've now turned this into a business. I'm not a CPA, but again, you know, education that I use for my business, my CPA says I can, you know, I'm able to write things like that off. Again, I'm not telling you what you can do or how to write, you know, do your taxes, but I'm telling you how I utilize this, guys. Like, this is a business. This is a stream of income. In order to make money, I have to learn how to make money. And this is a tool that I need in order to do so. This computer, this camera, this microphone, these 3 mics that I have, these lights, this is all tools that I use every single day to make money, to run a business. These headphones, that screen behind me, this office I'm in. So again, like I'm telling you, if you run this like a business, it will pay you that way. This is not a hobby. You do not trade as a hobby. You do not trade as a hobby, or it will pay you as a hobby, and you will be frustrated and you will quit. Cool. Awesome. Let's open it up for some questions. Sam, what do you think? We got Sam still on. I want to definitely open it up for some questions. Who got some questions? I want to answer some questions for you guys.
Yes, I'm on. Still
All
here,
right,
still here.
cool.
Taking the notes, taking the notes.
Perfect, man.
Wow,
Like
powerful training.
anything that you want me to go over, anything, anything that you feel I missed, or, again, like, man, like, like I said, I definitely don't go over impulse the way that, obviously Dr. Lee and Brandon Boyd do. But again, I'm not here to do so. You know what I mean? Like again, you guys have access to this. Like, I would definitely dive into this. I'm showing you guys exactly where to find this information. Like San says, is we put everything out there. Everything's out there for us to access. Like, if you don't know how to access, we can point you in the right direction. But again, like, you have these tools at your hands, just like I do. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, I go into sessions, pre-recorded sessions, probably 3 times a night. Like, I listen to probably 3 of them a night, and I pick up something new every time. Not because I have to, but because guess what I get to? I want to better myself. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be better than I was this morning. You know what I mean? So again, like, I don't have to do any of this, but at the end of the day, guess what? Like, I get to do this. Like, I enjoy this. I want to be the best that I can. You know what I mean? So awesome. Let's open it up for some questions. I want to obviously give you guys what you guys, want to hear, answer any of your guys' questions.
Yes, sir. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? We have quite a few people on the line here. If you have any questions, you can type in number 3 in the chat or raise your hand. If you have any questions on anything Gabe talked about, or any of the live sessions, if you have any type of questions on that has to do with trading forex, let us know.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, anything you guys need. Like, again, like I said, your story is your glory, guys. I'm telling you guys, I mean, again, like, when I'm not on sessions in the morning and I see you guys just killing it, like, that is so impressive. What leverage would you recommend for a 50,000 prop account? So honestly, like, it's really not our, we really don't choose the leverage, to be honest. I believe my Forex funds on a $50,000 account is 1-to-1, I believe. I can log in and see, but I believe it's 1-to-1. And that's the, are you talking leverage as far as what I trade on a $50,000 account? Okay, sorry, I was thinking you were talking about, okay. So leverage, as far as what my trade is on a $50,000 account, I will not trade over a 5 lot, a 5.0 lot. That's what I trade. So that's $5. Okay, that's $5. Okay. So again, if you think of that, if you think of like $5, and let's say you have a stop loss at 50, okay, you can do the math on that. And then you have a 5%, you have a 5% daily. So again, like, you can do the math as far as what that looks like. So about 1%, that's really what I'm trading and what I like to stick to. Okay. Anywhere from $3 to $5. That's where you want to stick to on a $50,000 account. And if you do that, I'm telling you that pullback, you can handle a pullback on that $50,000 account trading at that lot size. I promise you. Because again, like, you're talking a daily drawdown of about $2,500. Okay. So again, if here's the deal, if you know that you're moving in the right direction and she has a pullback, she's not going to have that big of a pullback. Where again, if you're not, where I get into is I have multiple open. So I may have 5 trades open at a time, where now you're getting into trouble. So if you're trading, if you're taking 1 trade at a time, 2 trades at the most, I would say anywhere from $3 to $5 per point is what you want to definitely do. And I'm telling you, I've had some major pullbacks on my prop account. And again, because I was only in 1 trade, I did not violate my account. And same thing on a $200,000 account. Okay. $100,000 account, 1% is what your lot size should be. All right. When you're taking trades in the morning, I see you calling out numbers. Are you taking market execution? So I trade utilizing my phone. Okay. I trade utilizing my phone, but lately my prop account has been about 30 points off. So what I'll do is I will take market executions. I will take market executions off of bank zones, off of TradingView. Okay. So if I see her going to bounce off of a bank zone on TradingView, okay, then again, as soon as she does that, because keep in mind, here's the deal, is that if I'm using my own personal account, my COP4, it lines up pretty good. I would say probably 1 or 2, points. But if I'm using my prop, like lately, it's been about 30 to 40 points off. So I'm taking market executions and then she'll run. And then boom, I'll just jump out. And that's why you'll see $100 here, 200 here, 300 here, because she'll run. And I'm telling you, like, I don't take as many trades on the prop account because she'll run in my direction and I'm able to sit in the trade a little bit longer. Do you know what I mean? But again, if you're trying to match up, what I would do is pick one and trade off of that. So if you're going off your prop account and it's 30 to 40 points off, take market executions and just let her get in and just get out. And then also, I like to trade off my iPad as well. It's a little bit bigger of a screen, but I like to literally, I'll open it up and then I'll take the market execution and I'll go into close right away. And I literally, as soon as she goes into a profit that I'm comfortable with, boom, I'm done. I close her out. So again, like have your finger on that button to close. And there's also times where I will even set it up on TradingView to where if she comes in, if she pulls up to this zone, I'll stay in that trade a little bit longer because that's where I want to be. Do you know what I mean? So again, like there's been times when I've said that she's going to retest. Let me go back to TradingView really quick. Let me go back to TradingView. Give me 1 second here. Let me see where I'm at here. All right. So let me just pull this up here. Okay, you guys are able to see the screen? You guys are able to see this here? 7's in the chat, if you can see this. Okay, great. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'll literally go off of this TradingView here, okay? And I'll get down, honestly, I'll get down to like a 1 minute or a 5 minute. And that's what I like to trade at. I like to definitely trade at a 1 minute or 5 minute. Okay. I like to trade at a 1 minute or 5 minute. So like, for example, if I'm sitting on this 1 minute, I may mark this up. Let's see what this zone is here. Okay. Let's see where we're at right here. So right here, look at this. So we're at a bank zone right here. Okay, we're at a bank zone right here. Okay, we're at a bank zone here. We're at a bank zone here. And we're at a bank zone here. Okay. So what I would look at is on this 1 minute here, okay? Again, we're scalpers. We can go any direction, okay? What I would look at, and I would look at possibly her bouncing off this area right here. So bouncing off to the upside at this 29450. 29450. 29450. Okay, we could possibly get a bounce. Okay. There's also another area here. I also like to even break off halfway points. Very similar to like what we saw on the RSI. Okay, the halfway point. So this is the halfway point between this and here. Okay, between this zone and this zone, this is the halfway point. 25, 25. Okay, so again, okay, this is a structure right here at this halfway point. If she breaks and close, boom, let her retest and possibly run back up. Okay. So again, these are just different scenarios that I'm running through in my mind as I look at charts and as I look at where she's at. Okay. And again, this is on a minute chart. Okay. Let's go down to the 5 minute and we can see. Okay, we could see that she broke and closed below. she broke and closed below this, and she bounced off it over the last 15 minutes. Okay, the last 15 minutes, she's been under this zone. Okay, could she break? Honestly, I see her retesting back up over here, and if we're going to take the fall, I would put a sell limit up here. Or again, if here's the deal, is I would definitely, like, let's say I'm watching TradingView or I'm just doing other things, I will set an alert on this TradingView, and it'll alert me. You set an alert here, add alert, and when she breaks a certain point and she's getting close to that mark, then I'll grab my phone and I'll get ready for the market execution. You know what I mean? So again, like those are some things that you can utilize. Is there's a lot of things that you can utilize in TradingView. Set your alerts. Like, don't be afraid to set your alerts. If she crosses a certain area, like here's the deal, she's below this 50. It may take her some time to get up here, especially right now that she's not moving a whole lot. Okay, but this is a nice area because look at this. She's bounced off of here, came up here, boom. She's not breaking close above here. Do you know what I mean? And again, okay, she has to retest. How far is she going to retest up? That's the question. Okay, she's going to correct. Is she going to correct this whole thing? Okay. So again, those are kind of some things that I would utilize and I would just look at, just kind of from a naked eye, as far as just looking at, what this looks like. So right now we see a consolidation. Okay. So again, when you're looking at it from a standpoint of like sand and him putting out a signal, you could see where she's consolidating. Okay. She's either going to break this here. She's either going to break this zone here. She's either going to break this zone here. Okay. Or she's going to break to the downside. 50-50 chance. One of those things are going to happen. She's either going to break up or she's going to break down. Okay. And again, she tried to fake us out a couple times here. Okay. So we have to obviously be careful. And obviously now we see a little break. So again, there's a structure right here. See this? There's a structure right there. What do you mean there's a structure? Because she came here, she bounced off of it, shot back up, came here, bounced off, came up here. So she's either going to break through this, get into these wicks. And if she breaks these wicks, she's coming down to this zone here. Okay. All right. So again, like I don't try to put too many lines on my chart and get too messy here, because you can look at every little break and say, oh, that's structure, there's structure, there's structure. But again, like just find the structure that you feel, is she at structure right now? She sure is at structure. Okay. But she has to get past these wicks. And if she gets past these wicks, she's coming down here. So this is the real structure right here. This is the real structure right here. So if she breaks this, she's most likely going to continue down to this structure. She's going to continue down to this structure. She breaks this structure, she's coming down to this structure. Okay, she breaks that structure, she's going to continue down to the next structure. So again, structure to structure, just find structure. You know what I mean? And again, it just comes down to how far is she going to retest? Is she going to make 100% correction? She going to, what does that correction look like? Okay. And so again, also this is on a minute. So we obviously are looking for a buy. Okay. We are looking for we would say, on this chart here, we look like she's moving in the uptrend. So again, like we could even pull out a fib here. Okay. We could pull out a fib here. We could pull out a fib from here. And we can see roughly where could she pull back to? She could pull all the way back down into this area, guys. This 50 right here. We could see her come all the way back down into here. Okay. Look, there's an order block right here. There's an order block. There's a big engulfing candle here. Okay. So again, like there's some things that we can get into here. Do you know what I mean? There's some things that we can get into here. So again, these are all just strategies, guys, of like how your mind kind of starts working. And again, all I'm simply doing is just talking out loud of how I would analyze where she's at right now. And that's the more and more that you're in, the more and more that you're tapped in, the more and more that you start reading these type of things and you start seeing these type of things. It's not that I'm any better than you. It's not that that I have a better skill. It simply just comes down to just I've spent more time doing this. You know what I mean? Like, a BMX rider versus someone who rides a bike cross country, they just have two different skill sets. Okay. I know how to ride a bike, but I don't ride it enough to be a BMX, trickster, or I don't ride it enough to do marathons and triathlon. Like, again, like if I wanted to though, and I put in the work, again, like you learn the skill set. So again, that's the thing, is just put in the work and learn the skill. And I'm telling you, like it'll change your life. All right. Any questions on that? Questions? Any questions, guys? And again, when it comes to stop losses as well, guys, like, what I look at is I look at it like a 1-to-1 ratio, 1-to-2, 1-to-3. Again, that's up to you. Like, I mentally know where I want to get out. Like, if I was to get in this trade right here, I would mentally know that if I was looking for a sell here, okay, and she broke this 49,450, I would mentally say, okay, if she pulls all the way back up to this 50, I'm out. But do I need to put that in there? I don't, because I'm in front of it. I'm in front of it. And also, here's the deal: is I'm big on mindset. I don't want to put a stop loss. Why? Because she ain't stopping out. I'm not going to write it down. Why do I want to write down a stop loss? I'm going to write down my TP. I'm going to put in, she's going to come all the way down here. I'm going to put in 29,300 because that's where she's coming down to. I'm not going to put in my stop loss. Why am I going to put in my stop loss? And also understand that these are electronic brokers, guys. If you can be a scalper and that electronic broker doesn't know where your signals are, you are winning. You don't think that they know where people's trades are at? It's called manipulation. They know where your stop loss is. They know where your TP is. That's why scalping is so amazing. Because here's the deal: if I don't put in a stop loss or a TP, they have no idea where I'm at. And I just grabbed a bag. You know what I mean? So again, look, if we would have just played that bank zone there, we would be in profit right now, and we would have just bagged. But again, look how she moves. She doesn't move very fast, guys. Like I'm telling you, like we would have been begging right now for 3 points. You know what I mean? So again, she just doesn't move at night the way you can get some runs. Don't, if you're set up on the right, so again, look, we would have got bagged right there. Okay. Just playing off a bank zone. Okay. So again, what you can do is I would put I would put a sell limit right here at 29,450. Okay, that's in my mind. So then I would, if I had my phone up, I would get in right here, boom. Mentally, my stop loss is up here. Mentally, my stop loss is up here. But guess what? I'm going to take her all the way down to 29,400. I'm going to give me 100 points. And again, if I wanted to, I'll sit here to wait. But again, like she's moving so slow right now. You know what I mean? But again, could you do that? And then obviously just move your stop loss. If she comes down, she comes to 22, 29,420, move that stop loss down into profit. And then again, shut it down. If she goes back up, at least you're in profit, you're done. You know what I mean? So again, like that's how you can definitely, kind of run it as well. Any questions? What kind of questions you guys have? I know that there's got to be some questions. What kind of questions, guys? Great. I see that, Maribel. You're doing awesome, Maribel. Absolutely. Give me 1 second, guys. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Any more questions? Questions.
I'm seeing a question here. It says, how long did it take you to become profitable? Okay.
Become profitable? I mean, you could be profitable in a night. It just depends as far as like what, I guess what kind of, I mean, man, we were profitable. I mean, there were nights when we were profitable, then there were nights when we weren't so again, like when did I become, I would say probably, when did I become maybe consistent in trading and where I was profitable consistently? I would say it's been man, it's probably been a good year that I've been consistent. I'd probably say about a year and a half of where there was a half of the year where, again, like I was consistent, but then I would still get greedy, and I would still do things that I shouldn't do. But when I really stuck to my strategy, when I really became consistent in trading at a certain time every day, when I became consistent on a strategy, when I became consistent with my leveraging, when I became consistent with my rules, when I became disciplined in in not in only trading a certain time. And again, there's days when guys like the market's not moving the way we want. We're in trades for an hour. There's times when again, people have been on my session and we're done in 15 minutes. We're in and out. You know what I mean? So again, like it just really kind of depends as far as the day. Like sometimes the market's moving in our direction and we can take these breaks, but then there's times when she's retesting, and we're looking for that consistent direction. We're trying to pull buys, sells, so again, I would say honestly, if you really focused on skill set, I would say 3 to 6 months is a time frame of if you were really consistent in studying and you were really consistent in really getting into the go lives, and you were really consistent in really being a student. I would say within 3 to 6 months. And again, like you should be on a demo account. And again, this is all preference as well, guys. I never honestly I never really traded a demo account, to be honest. Like because here's if I had skin in the game, like I was gonna learn, you know what I mean? Like I was gonna learn. Like I was gonna figure it out. And me seeing money coming out of my pocket, like I was destined to figure it out. I didn't quit losing money on a trading on a demo account. Like I didn't get frustrated losing money on a demo account. Like, what drove me was knowing what I did. I knew, like, damn, I over leveraged. Damn, I traded too much. You know what? I was ahead. I should have got off the markets you know, a freaking hour ago. You know, I knew what I did. I knew my mistake. You know what I mean? I knew my mistake. So again, like, that's the thing, guys, is you know what you're doing wrong. If you look back and anybody who's been doing this for some time now, you know why you take losses. You know why you take lessons. You know why. Revenge trading, over leveraging, you don't know when to stop. You know why. You know why you lost that account. I don't have to tell you. It was nobody's fault. It was nobody's, you know, it was nobody's fault but your own. Do you know what I mean? And that's why, again, like, you know, but also I fell in love with US30. And in order to trade US30, you have to have a good bank account. You have to have a good sized bank account, because if you're trading like a small bank account, and again, like, it just moves too fast. Like, it just margins out. So like, even if you're at a 0.01, it will margin out on you. You won't be able to get her full breathe. Like, you won't be able to set a 50-point stop loss. You won't mentally be able to do that because she'll margin out on you. Do you know what I mean? So again, like, that will become frustrating, you know, to begin with. So again, to trade US30 successfully on your own money, I would say anywhere from the low end, $1,000 to $2,000, comfortably $5,000 to $10,000, comfortably on your own bank account. That's what I would say. Anything less than that, I'm telling you, you're going to get frustrated with margining out. And you'll see because she breeds, like she retests, you know what I mean? She just pulls back, and you have to, and that's why prop accounts, leveraging at the right account. Like, so again, if you have a $50,000 prop account and you were literally taking $2 trades, she could pull back 1,000 points and you would still be okay. 1,000 points would be $2,000. Your daily is 5%, 2,500. So she could pull back 5%. She could pull back 1,000 points on you and you would still be good. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, understand, like, it's not about, like, it's about just being patient. So I just gave you a little trick. Like, if you got a $50,000 prop account that you paid $300 for, and you're literally trading her at a lot of 3 points, like, I'm telling you guys, like, you really need to take like 12, you need to take like 20 L's in order to break that account. I'm telling you, I can look at every prop account and I can tell you why I lost it. I can tell you, I can look at every large account that I've had and I can tell you why I've lost it. Because I over leveraged and I was impatient and I was not consistent and I was not disciplined. It's not because the strategy didn't work. Because I was impatient. Simple. I'm telling you, the mentality of this game, like, the psychology of this game is just so heavy. Like, understand that it's not about the strategy. There's not a winning strategy. It's a winning mindset. It's not having any emotion. It's not having any emotion. You know? So yeah, that's man, those are the keys right there. Those are nuggets right there. So cool. Awesome. Did that answer your question? Did that answer your question, Reggie? Perfect. Awesome. Great.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So now we're at 20 minutes after the hour. I think we had some very valuable information tonight. Thank you, Gabriel Montoya, for putting on that training. If you had some golden nuggets, you got value tonight, type the word value.
Awesome. Appreciate that.
Nice, nice. And this has been recorded, and we will drop the recording either tonight or tomorrow, so you guys can review it and replay it. But thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you once
Yeah,
again,
that's the
Gary.
thing. So guys, you guys are talking about lot sizes. Like, so for example, on your challenges, you have 30 days to pass your challenge. Like you're in a hurry to get done with it in 5 days because you have to have a minimum of 5 days training to get into the second challenge. Then, you have to have a minimum of 5 days there to get in to get your account. So your goal is to get through these challenges as fast as you can. Stop, be patient. I'm telling you, if you just jab, jab, jab at a lower leverage, I'm telling you, like, you will not break that account. That's the goal with prop accounts, is people want to ball out. I'm telling you, like, once you pass the challenges, you don't have a minimum. You don't have a minimum days that you need to train. Like, I'm telling you, like again, guys, like I'm telling you, like, again, you make what you want of it. Like, just again, patience with that prop account. Leverage it to a point to where you're not going to get taken out of your trades. And I'm telling you, like, you will get through your challenges. Like James, like, man, reach out to James. Lucero, like, I'm telling you, the kid has just killed it. He's killing it in his prop account. Like, he's killing it. Like, he has a business. He installs, like, I'm telling you, like, the kid, he's just murdering it. But he's just listened, and he realized, and he knew why he broke his last account. And he knew he corrected, he made the corrections that he needed. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, there's winners in this group. There are winners, like Maribel, like, she's come so far. Like, you know what I mean? Like, man, like myself, San, like, Reggie, like, man, like, there's so many winners in this group. Like, man, like, there's this group is just filled with so many people just killing it. And again, they finally have it's kicked in, and it's registered. Like, I just need to get these strategies. I need to get these rules. I need to stick to them, and I need to run it tight. And I just, I need to believe in myself, and, and they're winning. So yeah, you absolutely, James, for sure, man. But cool, awesome, man. I can go on all night. I love this. And most important is, again, I just love helping. I just love just being able to see people win based off of just, what I'm doing every day myself. Like, I'm showing up, and that's all that it is, guys, is, I'm just putting in the work, and I'm telling you, hard work works. Like, it's real. So cool. Awesome, Sam. Man, good stuff. Like, it just gets me jazzed up. I get so pumped up.
Awesome.
It's just exciting. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thank you
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, man. So we're gonna post this on
Perfect.
YouTube. Get that link on. And until the next one, we'll keep doing these trainings, and scheduling out for so people can continue to learn and gain value.
Yeah.
With that being said, guys, thank you for joining the training tonight.
9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be on.
We'll be on tomorrow
9
morning
a.m.
live, and signals will be coming out tonight.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you all.
All right.